Hello everyone and welcome to the webinar where we will be discussing the topic Get rid of the influence of emotions on your trading results. And right off the bat, before we get into it, I have one recommendation for you. Even though we have become accustomed to using phones or tablets most of the time due to their compatibility, it is ideal and actually necessary to use a PC or laptop for this study. In addition to the larger screen and clarity that PCs and laptops offer, we will be working with software that you would be unlikely to get on a phone or tablet. Also, very often you will see in the lessons and you will hear me say shortcut ATS, which stands for Automated Trading Strategies. So try to remember it. But now let's get back to work. Without exaggeration, psychology is such a killer of traders and very often has a negative impact on them. And this webinar is an introduction to our project called Strategy Lab, which is a 30-day course in which you will learn an automated trading method that will help you eliminate the influence of emotions. If you are not already registered, sign up at lab.sq.academy. Once more, it's lab.sq.academy. And it will be all about how to get rid of the influence of emotions on your results and how to delegate some of the work to the computer so you can trade independently when you have time. Because if you've got a job, if you go to work on a daily basis, it's quite difficult to sit at the computer and trade manually, for example, intraday trading. But with this method, you can delegate at least part of the work to the computer and save a lot of precious time. And the strategies can trail while you are at work. You don't have to worry about that at all. That's what this webinar will be about, among other things. We will talk about how you can do more in 30 days than most people do in a few years. The number 30 days is not a number that's made up out of thin air. It's a number that we have from experiences. Because thousands of people, maybe even tens of thousands from 95 countries have gone through this free course, Strategy Lab, and we know from their feedback that they learn more in those 30 days than they learned on their own in 2 or 3 years. So you definitely have something to look forward to. You will gain an incredible amount of quality know-how and knowledge in the course. So let's get started. We will focus on 3 main things that you need to remember and that are really, really important. The first one is a myth because of which people are losing money and time. The second one is extreme. It's to jump into it head first. And the third one, how to reach a great results even as a newbies and how to do that. Just please take your time and quiet for this webinar, which means turn off your cell phones, Skype, Facebook. In short, don't let anything disturb you because this webinar is really very important. You don't have to worry that the webinar will be several hours long. I estimate that in about half an hour and we will be done. But the information contained in it is really important and it would be a pity to miss it. So let's get started. First of all, I would like to introduce myself and especially the team that prepared the whole workshop for you. My name is Ellie and I'm going to be your guide through almost every lesson. And yes, that's me in the picture, so you know who is guiding you. However, the content of the workshop was prepared by someone else. This workshop was prepared by Sydney Zdeněk Zaňka. Sydney is an English equivalent of his original name, but that's not very easy to pronounce, so we use this one to make it a little bit easier. Also by Tomáš Vaněk, who is a great strategy developer, and by Kornél Mazur. He is a very experienced trader and analytic, and his specialty is futures. We decided to make the lessons this way so my colleagues could dedicate as much time to develop as possible. But all of them are the Strategic One team members and are intensively interested in strategy development. So I believe that the value that you are looking for in this workshop just gonna stay in it. Before we get to the point of the first important thing, let me ask you, do you have this at home? And don't worry, we are not laundry machine sellers. Yes, that is an automatic laundry machine, and I believe that every one of you has one. Even it's true that there are maybe some people who still wash their clothes not using it. However, an automatic laundry machine is such a wonderful thing, believe me. You just load it with dirty clothes, set the program, temperature, you push the start button, and that's it. It saves you tons of time and worries, and it's just so easy. But it wasn't that easy before, in the past. Actually, our grandmothers washed the clothes in the way you can see in this picture. They had a washboard, bucket, or bathtub full of water, and they washed the clothes in it. It was hard work. They had to do everything, literally everything manually. But by the time things get better, semi-automatic laundry machines made it easier, and in the end, the fully automatic laundry machines came to the market, the ones that we know almost every day. But do you think that such a change was easy? Well, I don't think so. We didn't go through it because automatic laundry machines are here for a very long time now. But I do believe that in the past, when our grandmas had to use the washboards and the first semi-automatic wash machines appeared, they were kind of refusing them. They thought the machine can't wash the clothes so well, or that the clothes can be damaged and so on. And really, when I asked my granny, she told me so, that she didn't trust it and she was very skeptical. But over time, people got rid of these fears and prejudices so that nowadays an automatic laundry machine is part of almost every household. Honestly, I don't know a person who doesn't use it. The paradox is that we are in a rather similar situation when it comes to trading. For example, Sydney started to trade in 2006 after high school, and he traded commodities, forex, but most of all he traded discretionally. And he started like most of the traders. Like he was sitting at his computer, waiting for the signals, trading, everything was done manually, discretionally. And as you can imagine, it was kind of time consuming. But when someone told him to better try automated trading strategies because then he wouldn't have to sit at his computer all the time, he was like, absolutely no, it can't work. Automated trading strategies can't even ever substitute human. And for some, 6 years, he was rejecting automatic strategies. But now, you know what? When he looks back, he's like, thank goddess for the fact that automated strategies can't substitute human, because such strategies never make so many mistakes. And he started to work with automated strategies. He got from the washboard, sitting at the computer all day long, through semi-automatic strategies, which are looking for trades and you manually choose if you enter or not, to the fully automated strategies, which are trading for us, and we just check the results. So for the last 9 years, he has been working on automated strategies, and he is very happy that he has realized the huge advantages that these strategies can bring. And it was all about getting rid of prejudices and breaking down the myth. And by the way, the laundry machine example is excellent, because just as automatic laundry machines were rejected before, automated strategies are rejected today, even though they can help a lot, both with emotions and with time. Of course, they don't get rid of our emotions 100%, but they affect the results minimally. And in terms of time, they're able to basically trade 24 hours a day. And I will explain all of this in great detail throughout the workshop, where there will be not only theory that will make you understand how everything works, but also practice that will teach you how to build strategies without having to know how to code. Plus, you will build your own strategies within the course. After 30 days, you will know how automated strategies work, whether they are suitable for you or not, and you will have your own strategy. And it won't cost you $1. The only thing it will cost you is your time, about half an hour to an hour a day within those 30 days, and of course, your diligence. Thousands of people have done it before, and I believe you can do it as well. On the contrary to this first point, there is another extreme. The second important thing you should remember: to jump into it head first. If you search the internet for information on automated strategies, you will find enthusiastic supporters, but for the most part, opponents. These opponents are divided into two groups. The first larger group that you encounter most often are the traders who simply don't believe in it and have never tried it. And in the second group are the traders who have tried but have usually made some kind of huge mistake. And those are the ones who just dive in at first. Let's say that the classic scenario is we tell someone that automated trading strategies work and they are great. We immediately can see comments like, "Hey, can you sell it to me? Can you give it to me? Hurry up so I don't miss anything." And people just want to buy the strategies from us as fast as possible, but it can turn into a big mistake. Because the fact that a strategy works for us doesn't automatically mean it will work just as well for you. We monitor and we know how to monitor whether a strategy is working or not, and we replace it in time if it is necessary. You can even lose money if you set the wrong risks, for example. And that's definitely not how we want to do it. But very often, unfortunately, this happens, and that people buy a strategy somewhere, for example, and just jump into it. The strategy has theoretically great results, but the reality is not so great. Very often, they end up losing a lot of money. So just having a tool is not enough. Please remember that. You have to know how to use that tool in a proper way. I mean, it's nice having automated strategies, but if you don't know how to use them properly, results can be really, really bad. And that's the same with a laundry machine. I mean, try to wash your, trousers at 194 degrees Fahrenheit. You will probably end up with super small, tiny trousers for dolls. But it doesn't make the laundry machine bad. You did the mistake. But is that a reason to throw away the laundry machine and get back to the washboard? It is not. Probably not. Probably you will read the manual to find out where you did the mistake, so you would not repeat the same mistake again. But when it comes to automated trading strategies, most of the traders say that, it just doesn't work, and they go away from it instead of finding out where they did the mistake. And they are getting back to the washing board. But all you need to know is the manual and know how to make things. It moves you much closer to your success and successful trading using automated trading strategies. To be clear, I am certainly not saying that automated trading is easy, but if you know the basic principles, you are well on your way to trading successfully. However, it's like everything. It's just not for everyone. You need to learn it and master it at first. I believe that there are two basic building blocks: principles and methods. And you first of all have to understand the principles. They are immutable. An example is the principle of human reproduction. A child just has to be born. That is immutable. It is a principle. And method, in this case, means whether a woman gives birth in nature without the help of doctors like some tribes, or we give birth in a modern maternity hospital under the supervision of doctors. If you know the principles, then you just apply methods to them, which you may adapt over time. And we will explain both the principles and the basic method of building strategies. There will be several methods, and you will even be able to choose whether you want strategies for Forex, stock indexes, commodities. It will be up to you. So, as I mentioned, it's definitely not for everyone. To think that I'm going to put a strategy in place, leave it alone, and be a millionaire, well, that's not how it works. And I will honestly say, if that's what you're expecting and you insist on it, don't even try it. But if you're willing to put in the time and you know you have to learn it first, try it. Sign up at sq.lab.academy and take a free course with us, because the knowledge can really push you in a big way. It's not for free in the sense that it's not without work, but it's definitely worth it. And finally, we've got here the third thing: how to reach great results even as newbies, and how to do that. Let me tell you and show you a very interesting thing, a kind of proven set of promises. About 4 years ago, we had a competition that involved an enormous number of newbies. There were 102 participants, mostly rookie traders. And these traders traded their automated strategies that we built in the automated trading course for several weeks. It was 6 weeks. The participants traded these strategies on a demo account, and those who had the best results in the first 3 places got some prizes. Sure, it was a competition, so they were trading with much higher risk that you would trade in a real account. But you can get an idea of what the newbies who were new to the markets and had only taken a course to learn how to build those automated strategies achieved. If these were real accounts, basically the only thing that would have changed is that those profits would not have been as high. And let's check the details, the detailed results. So there were 81 traders who ended up in profit and 21 in the loss, which is a great number. The average profit was almost 50%. It was more than $4,000. And the average loss was around 30%. It was like $2,500. And overall, the average trader had an average profit over 20%, just under $2,000. And what were the medians? And to be in the same boat, median very simply means the middle value, meaning that 50% of the traders had better results and 50 had worse results. So the median of the profitable contestant was 1,920, so about 24%. The median of the losing contestant was $1,160, so about 15%. And the overall median was $880, so about 11%. In the last table, you can see here the results of the winners. The third place participant had the profit over $20,000, so it was 266%. Second place participant had a profit over $22,000, so 277%. And the first place participant had the profit more than 500%, and his profit was, and that was unbelievable, more than $40,000. So believe me, there is no reason why you can't make it as a newbie. Well, to move on, the whole workshop has 4 main parts. The first one is theory. You cannot do it without theory. You have to know it because theory means principles, our basic building blocks. So several lessons will be dedicated to theory. Then we'll move on to the actual building, where you build your own strategies, and you will build quite a few of them. Don't worry, it will be all easy peasy because we will have a special software for that. The next part is testing the quality of the automated strategies, because we want the strategies to be profitable not only on past data, but also in the future. And if they have the potential to make us money in the future, we will find out just by testing the quality. Well, once we have the strategies built and tested, and we know which ones we can use in a real account, we figure out how to put them on the account and how to trade them. So the last part will be about real life trading. And what are actually Strategy Lab's goals? The goal is for each of you to build a successful strategy that has reasonable results and makes nice profits in the real trading environment. Here you can see the results of one of our accounts over approximately 4 years. 139% over 4 years with relatively little risk. That's a nice result, don't you think? We don't use high-risk accounts. If you had a small capital, you can of course choose higher risk, and that profit would be much higher than 140. But we will talk about all that in the course. It will depend on each of you, what suits you better, and what you decide to do. And how will Strategy Lab workshop look like? In total, you will get 23 lessons and 5 webinars, with some more to be added if needed. You can find the sessions and webinars in the member section, and you can get registered at labs.sq.academy. All lessons will be available at any time, including recorded webinars. This means that learning will be at your preferred pace, which is a great advantage. We will keep you informed about lessons and webinars via email, so be sure to keep an eye on your email regularly. And during the course, you'll get a license for the software we'll be working with. We will take you through everything, literally, step by step, so you won't get lost even as a newbie. So there's really nothing to worry about. We will focus on Forex as well as stock indexes and commodities, so the choice of market will be just yours. As I mentioned before, the lessons and webinars will be available on record, and you will see not only the techniques and methods, but also the results. Throughout, we will be showing you trading results so you can get an idea of what can be achieved. Then, what are we going to work with? Well, we will build strategies using Strategy Quant, which is a software that we develop as a Czech company, and I dare to say that nowadays this software is the world leader in terms of software for developing automated strategies. Really, we are the furthest ahead, and our software is even used by world universities or traders who have been trading automated strategies for decades, so they have a huge experiences. Among the universities mentioned, this includes Link Campus University in Rome, as well as Universidad Politécnica in Madrid and the Merced University of California. And others, for example, in China, there are more and more of them which we are very pleased about, because having Strategic One in the academic space probably means that what Strategic One does, it does properly and well. But you know what? Check what people say about us and check strategicone.com/stories, where you can find feedbacks from people from all around the world. At the end of today's webinar, I want you to know that we are still here for you. If you run into any problems, whether it's logging in or registering, pretty much anything, just reach us in discussion forum or send us an email at lab@strategicquant.com. And that's all for today. I believe that in this 30-day free course, you will learn really valuable know-how on how automated strategies work and how to build them. In addition to building your own strategy, you will also find out if automated strategies are for you or not. And that's probably the primary goal, to see if you want to pursue them further. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you in upcoming lessons and webinars. Don't forget that the first lesson is tomorrow. It will be full of theory and you will learn the necessary principles. So thank you guys for your attention. Have a great rest of the day. And if you want, give us a like or follow our channel. Be well and try wisely.